I'm Geordie Heller. I spent 3 years working on the kitchen crew at freshman trips, in addition to having been on a freshman trip. So over the years, I did spend a lot of nights at the lodge. My freshman trip, we got to the lodge, and I had made some really good friends on the trip. And at that time, my sister, Mary Heller Osgood, was on the lodge crew, and I said, "Oh, I made these friends, and we'll be friends for 4 years." And she said, "Yep, right." And told me later, when we were rooming together our senior year, these friends and I, that she had heard that all the time, and these friendships never lasted more than a couple of weeks. So, and they're people I'm still in touch with today. So that's pretty cool. Most of my memories of Moosilauke have to do with working on the kitchen crew. So, those of you who remember your freshman trip or spent time at the lodge during freshman trips remember the Doc Benton stories and the movies with Schlitz on Mount Washington and John Talmadge Should Not Have Climbed Alone. You probably remember those. In the kitchen, after everybody had seen the Talmadge movie, and there's this hand poking out of the snow with the frozen fingers, and we would be cooking sausages, and we'd bring out platters of sausages and go, Talmadge figures for everybody, and the poor freshmen. But Doc Benton was a doctor in one of the towns right around the base of Moosilauke, and I can't remember how he became a ghost and how he became a haunt, but he was there's a Benton trail on Moosilauke that's him, and he is a ghost that haunts the mountain. Different people over the years told the Doc Benton story to the freshmen, but it was always very effective. And there's one place where there's a scream, and somebody on the lodge crew would provide the scream, and the freshmen would just be scared out of their gourds. It was, and as a freshman, I was too. And I actually got chased by Doc Benton one time. One of the years, and I can't remember, probably senior year, I was climbing the mountain every day when we were on lodge crew, and I had climbed up the ridge trail, and it was sort of a foggy, rainy day, kind of miserable. And I was gotten up pretty far, and the wind was blowing, and the fog was blowing through the trees, and I sat on a rock, and I heard something behind me in the woods moving. And I looked around. I couldn't see anything, but I could hear it, and then I could feel it coming closer. And I took off down the mountain. I never made it to the top that day. And I could hear it coming behind me, and I didn't look back, and I ran as fast as I could back down the ridge trail all the way to the lodge with Doc Benton in hot pursuit. And I still my heart still starts going when I think of that. That was a pretty rough afternoon.